currently right now Nikita is in the pre-contemplation stage.
As she is right now, she doesn't really acknowledge her substance abuse as an actual issue, compared to like her relationship with her mother or her relationship with her boyfriend and her housing situation, which is something that she may not know, be knowingly disregarding, or she might be doing it on purpose.
She's not exactly ready for acceptance of her usage, of her dependency, and that will be shown in our role play.
Well, good morning, Nikita. I was told you have something to talk about with me.
Yeah, I have a couple things, some more important than others. I just, I use like heroin and I started to run out of clean veins, so I'm just injecting them between my toes, but that's not really, it's not the greatest, but I can still manage okay right now. So that's not really important. What's really bothering me is that I'm really missing my mom and my relationship with her. It starts to deteriorate when I started using, and I just really miss her and I want to reconnect with her. And my boyfriend's coming back. He's not coming. He's coming to Toronto from where we used to live, and I'm homeless, and
Oh, okay. So it seems like you have a lot going on. But I'm going to start from the beginning with your substance usage. It seems to me that might have been the issue that separated you from your mother. And it doesn't seem to me that you have acknowledged that as an issue overall. So can we talk about that right now and make that the prime topic of this session?
I guess we can, yeah.
Okay.
In this next role play, Nikita is currently in the contemplation stage, which means she is finally addressing her substance usage and her dependency on it.
She's going to see that her substance uses is connected to a lot of her issues, and see it as something that should be handled first before attending any others, right? Okay, it's nice to see you again, Nikita. So we're going to continue on from our last session and focus on your substance usage. Have you had any more thoughts about it, or any revelations that you've had since your last session?
When I really think about it, I do realize that it is one of my bigger issues that I kind of have to address, because I tried stopping before, don't get me wrong, but every time that I use less or do less, it's just whenever I go back on it, I use just more and more, and it's just harder for me to stop, because I'm just doing this on my own, and I have no support, and I just don't feel I feel lost. And last time I tried to do this, I overdosed on fentanyl, and thank goodness people were there, and I honestly just feel like a tiny mouse just caught in the death grip of a python, and I just have no dreams or aspirations.
Well, it may seem like things are getting a lot worse since you've finally acknowledged your substance use. But this is the first step to getting better. You have to know what the problem is, the issue, to deal with it, and I'm going to help you get the support that you need to get better. That's something that will work for you, right?
It just feels wherever I go, they just don't address my indigenous background, and it just feels everything is just colonized and everything. So
well, that's great that you brought that up. that will help narrow down the search for programs and other resources that are Indigenous based and to help you feel more at home than you are at other programs, right? So now Nikita is in the preparation stage where she has finally acknowledged her substance use and she wants to get better, not only for herself, but for her mom and for her boyfriend. And that's very important. So now it's up to the resources that are given to her and her drive to get better.
With that, Nikita is slowly transitioning into this. So with the resources that will be provided from the counselor, she will then be able to slowly work through the other stages as it goes along.
It's nice seeing you, Nikita. Continuing from our last session, you wanted to look for resources and programs that would help you get better, specifically ones with an Indigenous background and that focus on Indigenous beliefs, right? I have found some. Are you willing to try some out?
Yeah, I guess so. Like if it helps me get closer and reconnect with my mom, then yeah, and like if it helps me not really live on the street anymore and like kind of help with my addiction issues, then I guess like I could look into what you're suggesting.
Okay, that's great. Well, I do have some written down right here. First, we're going to talk about your living situation. I have found a shelter. It's called the Enduring Shelter. They focus on Indigenous women that also have went through some similar situations like you when it comes to physical and mental abuse with relationships or in their day-to-day lives, right? They have individual and crisis counseling, right? They also have life skills courses, resident support, and they do cultural ceremonies, and you're also able to talk to elders in the Indigenous community. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I mean that does sound something that I'm interested in. Like that I'll be able to talk about my relationship issues that I had with my boyfriend when we were both using and stuff like that, like when he got aggressive and violent, and just even when I like moved to Toronto, the assault that happened when I like first came here. I guess like that would be good, and like it gives me a place to stay, and like they will able to like go to the cultural ceremonies and like talk with elders, so like I think that will be great.
Okay, that's good. Another resource I have is NA. It is an Indigenous focused group. It is on Saturdays from 7:30 to 9:30. Is that something you'd be interested in going to? Do you have the time, or is it something?
Yeah, it's as long as there's like, are they diverse? Like, do they like?
They're very diverse group. In the sense of people from different situations, but it is mainly Indigenous focused, like all of them. Like all of them.
Okay, so like I just like I don't know, like I don't really want people to like judge me, and like I guess like I get peer support, like what?
Yes, you will get peer support. There will be people that left the program themselves, so they might have a better outlook on what you're going through, right? So that's something that I made sure to look into, right? And it is a non-judgment space. I had to visit it myself, so I sat in on the session to make sure that it was okay for you, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and lastly, we do have a Anishwa We Help Toronto. It is a government-funded program, but it does come with a lot of benefits with recovery. It's a whole day treatment, so you'd be there from morning to night. You can go every day, right? But you have to go at least 2 times a week to stay in the program, okay? Is that something you'd be into?
Yeah, it does sound like something that I'd be into, and they are they like, I guess like I guess I'm ready to do this, but I'm just kind of hesitant, and like, would you be available for more sessions and stuff?
Yes, totally. So we can create a schedule for you for when you go to the center and when you come talk to me as well. Remember, you have to go at least 2 times, and we can figure out when those days are here in the session, and then